Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Of Quantum Freaks before they decided that more dragons is the way that we win, and that's how it sort of worked. Sponge coming on over to help DRX out as Ona thinking about finding an opportunity, and there is a fantastic Magnet Storm into a double bubble from Carrier. Gumayusi now dashing in. Teddy explodes as Faker's ultimate goes off, and that is first blood for the Lucian, and Faker able to pick one up on the back end of that one as well, and DRX and Change is going to be the lead here. Is now Sponge looking for Faker. He's just going to wander northward, but Yehu is going to be able to find that angle. There is a twisted advance in, and the explosive charge is going to be enough. Yehu locks that one down, so there's the first kill for DRX, as Rascal closing the distance onto Zeus as well, who finds himself a gold cup, but still will be culled. Don't know whether he's necessarily the main. Just free soul point.
Yeah, no real contest, and now they're trying to put the Herald down mid.
They succeed.
But it's difficult to really follow up and...
Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, well, Teddy is just going to charge the turret. Let's see how he's going to do. As there's a Feather Storm, that gets him up there, as Ona was kind of baited into this one. He will go down as the first kill, but Sponge is traded off as well. Destiny's going to come forward, and Rascal, yeah, he is just dead. It's a double kill for the Twisted Fate. Zeus not finished just yet. He could see some low health bars. Moving in, they do spot the fact that the Tristana is down here. Is now Faker, not going to find too much. Ulti is going to be thrown over as Yehu just dives on in. There's the flash forward. Quickness comes down, and Faker is just going to be eliminated. That's a kill for Yehu. So something on the other side of the rift here is T1. Speaking of the other side of the rift, they're going to see two people in the bottom lane and say it's Baron time.
Yeah, and you know, essentially with the Twisted Fate there, they have 280 carries, so it is going down fairly quickly. Extremely quickly. For 21.5 minutes, kind of ludicrous, but now Sponge is making his way forward. Tidal Wave is going to get a lot of value as the Feather Storm comes out, and now the Magnet Storm is going to catch Teddy, and he is just obliterated. Gumayusi so much damage as he's dashing after the Renekton as well. They kept the Baron leashed, and they're going to look for that one now as T1. The foot is never coming off the gas this game. Yep, and the thing is, I actually like that play DRX went on the bot side.
Oh, you got to try and get something, but oh my god, okay. There's 3 at 22 minutes.
Interesting, we often see like...
Okay, ulti going to connect onto Sponge here. The Unending Despair is named pretty well here for DRX right now, but Sponge is going to be able to keep himself alive, even able to walk back and get a bit of extra health from that redemption, but it's not going to save this inhibitor turret. T1 going to be able to break that one open. They've got 5 Void Grubs as well, and so the little mites helping take down these structures, so they are going to be able to break open.
On this point, you got such a deficit. I think it's very hard to expect them to win this, but...
yeah. Oh dear. Teddy taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, running low.
Faker wasn't even on the screen. It's so unfair. As now reacted. Oh my god, Rascal taking so much damage. Does get a decent amount of health back with the Call the Meek, but he is still really dead. And Carrier now chasing after Faker, who's running real quick. Nature grasping at T1, but Faker is just going to say, no, thank you, Mr. Tree. And Sponge is going.
Yep, instead of opting just to peel away, take the objective, they can keep pressuring, you know, using these sideways really effectively. Often it's Zeus pushing the wave in, the rest of them rotate over. And DRX probably just hoping they can go to game 2 at this point.
Yeah, and the inhibitor turret going to be taken down. Inhibitor will follow there as well. Yes. Control ward in the pit though for DRX. There's at least that, as Zeus is just splitting. So this could be sold. No, it's not. So the soul is okay. Never mind. Still up and available. I thought the Dragon's health bar was going down very low, but that was a control ward. So
okay, so Rascal's actually come back here, but I think he loses that 1v1 pretty hard.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a worry here as Faker is going to be pushed back into DRX. He will be taken down first off as Pleta somehow survives, but Sponge not going to be so lucky. And yeah, that 1v1 like you were talking about, the Twist Fate's going to take that as Bubble going to be avoided, but that is Feather Storm now on cooldown for Teddy. He has to be very, very careful as Yehu diving forward, trying to find Gumayusi, who is just going to flash his way out. The Destiny going to be utilized as back in base. They're trying to defend against this Twisted Fate, and Yehu, he's going to be put into the bubble prison. Owner is going to take the soul. Pleta will die as these cards do find him, and he will take down the Nexus. T1, an absolute flattening of DRX in game number 1.
Yeah, and a very rough enough for them to translate this into a win. is a different question.
Yeah, for me, it actually does look like at least DRX has a time in the game where they can fight, right? They're going to hit a great mid-game spike that they can try to fight around, maybe get themselves the second lane.
Flip the entire game on a level 3 dive?
Yeah, and Teddy, see, trying to make this one happen. There is the crash down on top of Gumushi, who does eventually flash. That is going to keep him alive, as now Owner is making his way in, and Sponge is extraordinarily low. The Bramble Smash does push him away, but they're looking to turn it. Flash out from Owner is Teddy. Oh, he doesn't find the double tap, and there's the flash out from Carrier. Everyone is so incredibly low, as Platter, he really wants to do it, but it's just not going to happen. Look at this, sub 100 health for both of these bottom laners, and Owner can't do anything about it because he's also excruciatingly low. Yep, the Hex Flash over as Sponge makes his way in. There it is! The crash down to interrupt it as well, but Teddy is also going to die. So it's a 1-for-1, and First Blood does go over to
Sponge getting aggro. Maybe Teddy just cleans up both Guma and Carrier.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Obviously didn't plan out that way.
Oh, more Hex Flash value. Here we go, Sponge, start charging it up as Jonas Strong turns it off, and there we go! The crash down on top of him, straight into the bubble, and Teddy, he's going to be able to pick up the kill this time around.
This is what I'm talking about. You know, a good Richie. DRX are fine with that. They'll be able to sustain back up with Platter's healing. But that health is still low now, and they are doing the dragon. Sponge should just be able to secure this.
Yep. Battering strike comes in. That's going to lock that one down. So Owner in position. Doesn't actually do too much about it, as Yahoo, really good trade onto Faker here, landing the charm. Yeah, there is an MSI coming up, so he could utilize that one, but it might happen just here, but Gumushi is going to try and stop that, as the heal does have to be utilized. You mentioned the barrier from earlier, that is on cooldown, but actually an even trade in the end, as Teddy just trades for the culling.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Tidal Wave actually going to be utilized here, as Carrier is in so much trouble. Piercing Light comes down. That is going to be Teddy locking down the kill onto the Lulu, and no rel required for that one, really. Looking really good, as the Lucian Demption has been pretty ridiculous, as Zeus just stepping out of these sweet spots beautifully on the Twisted Fate. Not going to step out of that one as I say it, but that's a caster curse. Those are real. Jat reminded me of it earlier on today, as Owner sidestepping really nicely, crash down on top of him, but there's the charm to come on through from Yahoo. Owner did utilize the Twisted Fate, the Twisted Advance quite well, but now it's Sponge that's in trouble, and Faker, he delivers a package, has to flash out immediately, but the Tidal Wave not going to be enough there, as the Maokai picks up the kill, and Teddy has to cleanse and flash to get himself the heck out of this one. Somehow T1 keep themselves alive.
I think has a lot more value.
Yep. And in fact, I think Carrier has gone for Dreammaker more than a lot of our other supports, if I remember correctly. All right, Owner is going to get a Magnet Storm out and is just going to take a massive amount of damage and die. Yeah, that's pretty good work here for DRX. Not a lot to fight for. Gold card onto Rascal.
Yeah, they catch him isolated, and also when...
Oh, not going to get the sweet spot on the second Q, and may just get autoed to death. There we go. Zaya's going to lock that one up. That's a solo kill. As Charm, not going to be utilized, as Yahoo didn't find the angle between the minions onto Gumushi. And we are going to see Rel charge the Rift Herald towards the inner turret. So that's a fair bit of Herald value, actually, as Teddy doing a lot of work onto Carrier as well.
I was pretty quick alone. You're not actually that tanky. And, yeah, you know, Rascal's been trying to find these angles all game. But the Ghost is such a powerful tool in a 1v1 against the Aatrox.
And they're just barely out of range of these Qs.
Red
buff. The game has been started up.
T1 have the Banana Brush control.
Oh, that is imperative
to start laying down poke from.
Well, we do have the Scryer's Bloom, but it's actually Zeus that takes that one away from Yahoo, misses the charm. It's just been so incredibly swift. As okay, there's the steal. Sponge likely to die, but he's done his job. And there we go. Lockdown does come on through. Fans pretty psyched about how DRX are playing this one out, at least in the stealing dragons aspect. Faker with a package to deliver. But unfortunately, DRX just not home to really pick never mind. They're just in their summer home in the mid lane. And Rascal is going to suffer the wrath of the deliveries.
Yep, Great move by T1, able to turn that.
Of the Chemtech. Shouldn't you be the one that tells us that actually it's fine and it's a great dragon?
No, that's not.
Oh, that's not how that one works.
That's not how it works.
Little Snowman Teddy is immediately going to cleanse, actually, get out of that gold card. Cullen comes on through and does a lot of damage to Zeus here as they're still looking to chase after. There's the Flash Magnet Storm as Yahoo is going to get immediately CC'd as he dives in. And now Sponge is in trouble. Gumushi has red-white, and that is a dangerous time. Teddy now below 100 health. As the Destiny does come on in, and Yahoo, he's not going to survive. The Destiny doesn't really do too much as far as gate value, but still T1 going to move towards the Baron, as they love to do at 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
As far as steals are concerned, still slowed down by the sapling as Faker wanting to get him out of this pit. And his setup does have the extra movement speed as well, as they do have the scuttle control, and Nature's Grasp says that there is no way they're stopping this Baron from going down. So T1, give him an inch and they will take a Baron every single time. That's just how it goes. Sponge and Teddy trying to convince Owner to leave the junk. Oh my god, this damage onto Teddy is getting a little bit silly. He's going to have to try and cull to stop them from doing any more damage to this inner turret, as Owner suffers at least 2/3 of his health bar as the connection of the moonshot.
Yeah, Faker actually going to Clips first rather than the Malignant we typically see.
Kind of nutty is. Okay, Zeus just going to avoid the charm and just wanders his way out. He's so incredibly fast. The Infernal Chains do not activate, and they finally... Oh, never mind. Okay, there it is. The third Q going to come on through. It took 4 people, not the 3 they initially invested, as now Rascal could be in trouble. Good Bramble Smash, but there's the crash down onto Owner as well. Still, the Moonshot.
What? Earlier kind of takes away the pressure of... wanted to secure all these dragons, they'll just lean top instead, look to take a tower. The problem is, I don't think the game necessarily gets better for them as it goes on. So, sure, you know, by taking a dragon, you extend the game, you extend the soul timer, but Sponge can make it from there to the Baron with Flash and his W. But Kerry is looking.
Yeah, they do have control vision in this area, as Sponge finds himself a decent Shattering Strike. There's the package out from Faker. That is going to block them off entirely, and Sponge is thrown around like a ragdoll. There's the Moonlight Vigil. That's going to connect onto him as the Baron. Oh, that's going to be the cue to follow it up. As now Teddy looking for Faker here. He finds him, but I don't know whether he really wants to, as the Rockets not going to find the mark. Good sidestep there from Teddy as Destiny comes through just for the extra vision. The Mega Blast Cone gets them all the way away from this Baron. And Zeus, he turns up. That is going to be a gold card from a million miles away and a couple of screens. He is going to just transition into picking up the kill onto both of the damage dealers of DRX. I guess Rascal is going to be there, but he is not actually there. And T1 just...
But it was just so hard for them to find an avenue there.
Faker raining down these rockets here as Pleta going to have to get out of there. Does flash. And DRX just, if they just stand here and take these rockets, it is just going to be really difficult to defend this. And the first Nexus turret is going to go down. 1 siege minion remains, so they're not actually able to at all. DRX now just looking for Soul Point. If they can possibly get it. Zeus is going to say, no, you're not allowed to have that, as the charm goes entirely wide, and Zeus just does so much damage. There is the twisted advance forward from Owner, and Redemption going to come on through as well. Faker collects the kill onto the Nami that was delivered, and is pretty silly.
Yeah, he has Infinity Edge as well, so he, you know, if you take a lot of autos from him, he'll hit, but he just chunks now.
Yeah, well, there's a Magnet Storm trying to do something here, but Owner not too worried about it, as we can see, and Sponge is just going to be taken down pretty unceremoniously. Zeus now looking for Rascal here as well, as he's tanking up the turret, and the Nexus is just going to go down. T1 with a very comfortable 2-0 to move them towards playoffs here. And they are going to just take a look.
These were some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.